What is Microsoft Word? Word allows you to create documents from scratch, add text, images, art, and videos. Share your document with others. Useful documents you can make with Microsoft Word: resumes, business contracts, instruction documents, letters. Let's cover the basics first. Some basic things we will first cover include creating a document, adjusting the view, adding and formatting text, inserting bulleted and numbered lists, adding pictures, shapes, smart art, charts. More advanced topics that we will cover: creating headers and footers, inserting page numbers, adjusting the margins of the document, saving a document, printing a document. For each of the skills we will be going through today, I will be giving a live demonstration. First, let us see how the Microsoft Word interface looks like. This part is called the ribbon. The ribbon in Microsoft Word provides easy access to tools and features organized by tabs, allowing users to efficiently create, format, and edit documents. This is the document where you write, create, and format your content. Adding and formatting the text. Microsoft Word allows you to adjust many aspects of your font. Use the ribbon menu to access these options. On the ribbon menu, you will see options like style, size, various typographical emphasis, example, bold, underline, italics, color, alignment. Under the main menu home, you will see different type of styles. Let us make use of this particular paragraph that we have and see how using different style will change it completely. Now for this paragraph, I want to add a title. So let me start by adding a title. Say Microsoft Font Styles. Now I want to change this particular part of my paragraph into a heading. So I select the heading style. And for the remaining ones, I simply let it be normal. And if I don't want any space between these, then I simply choose no spacing. So this way you have made a lot of difference to the little paragraph that we had or the little text we had by using the different styles. Now let us see how we can change the font size. Here we have different types of fonts that we can choose, and here we can change the size of our font. For example, my title. You can see this is the font and the size is 28. If I want to make it bigger, I simply select the text and then I change it to whatever size I want. You can see that the higher numbers I choose, the more bigger my text becomes. Similarly, you can change this as well. It shows 20. You can make it 22 if you like. Now, sometimes you feel that your number is not mentioned here. For example, I feel I need to put 23. So I can simply type it. And then my text will reflect that size. Now let us see how to use these typographical emphasis on our fonts. The first one here you can see is bold. You can see here that it also says that if you want the bold option, you can use the keys on your keyboard in combination like Control key and the B key, and it will make it bold for you. Similarly, you have other options like italic and underline, and you also have the other options of shortkeys like Control U for underline and Control I for italic. Now let us give the bold effect to our title. So I first select my title and then I click on this B option. Or what is the other option that I have? That I select the text and I simply choose the combination of the Control key and the B button. And it gives me the same effect. Now let us try the italics option. Select the word you want and choose the I option. Or select the word you want and choose the Control and I keys. Now let us see the underline option. If I want to underline this word, I select it and I click on this option, or I simply select the keys Control and U. Now let us see how we can change the color of our font. Here you can see this is the symbol, or this is the sign for changing the color of your font. And here you can see different type of color options. If you want more color options, you can click on this color palette and make your desired color. Now for our example, let us choose one of the standard colors that are available. For example, I want to make my title into red. So I go to my font and see the different colors here. And I want to select red. Now for this particular word, I want to select some other color. So I go again and I say select the color green. Now let us see the different alignment options that we have. This is where you see the alignment. This is align left. Similarly, like we used for the emphasis, you can see there are different keyword options that you can use. Like for align left, you can use Control L. Then this is for center. This is for right. And this is justify option. Now let us try each of them. Suppose I want my title to be in the center. So I simply select my text and I select the center alignment. Now if you want to see what is the alignment of this text, you simply select it and here the current choice can be seen. So this part of my text is left aligned. Now if I want to make this as right aligned, I can select this. Now let me put it back. Now, if you want your text to be justified, that is spread evenly across, you can use the justify option. And you can see how different the text looks just now. So we have seen the different options of alignment. Now let us have a look at another formatting option, which is called the word art. To use the word art option, we go to the insert menu and here you can see on the ribbon word art. Here you will see some predefined fonts that you can use with specific effects of these fonts. For example, if I want to change my title and I select the word art option, you can see how it has changed. Now here you can see so many different options available. I can select this again and I can choose this. If you want to give the effect individually, you have these options over here. For example, if you want to change the color of your font, maybe you like the style, but you want to change the color. So you can select this and change the color. If you want, you can change the outline. to whichever color you like. And this is how we make use of the word out options. Like here you can see there are various other text effects. So by using these options, we make our text more catchy. But please note that the word art option is not recommended for professional documents. Word art is usually used on documents such as you are making a flyer, a poster, certificate, invitations, etc., where you want the user to focus on particular words or make it more decorative. The spell check and grammar feature in Microsoft Word. As you type, Microsoft Word will scan your document for any spelling mistakes. These will be highlighted with a red underline. Let us see an example. Let us write a sentence with a wrong spelling in it. Now you can see that this particular word is marked with a red line. I wanted to write the word wrong, that is WRONG, but instead I wrote RONG, and Microsoft Word has highlighted that to me as a wrong spelling. Apart from highlighting what is wrong, Word also provides you with options that you could replace it with. So here you can see when I right click on this, I get different options that I could choose from. So the first option which it has given me is the correct spelling, and I simply select that and I can make corrections in my spelling. Word will also scan your document for grammar mistakes. These will be highlighted with a blue underline. Let us see the example. Now look at this sentence. Here you can see this particular word is underlined with a blue line. What should be the correct answer? The correct answer is that we should have the word are here. They are happy, but instead we wrote they is happy. And since this is a grammatical mistake, Microsoft Word highlighted it with the blue line. Now, similar to the spelling options, Microsoft gives you an option to correct your grammar. So you can right click and see the option it is giving you. It is suggesting the correct option, and you can simply click on it and it will give you the right option. Look at this sentence. This color is green. Do you see any problem here? But Microsoft Word has highlighted this as red. It says the spelling of color is wrong. Now this is because I have selected the language as English United Kingdom. So in the British language, the word color comes with the letter U. Now it has made it correct. But in the American English, the U does not exist. That's why this also depends on the language that you have selected. If I change this language to United States or to Canada, I will no longer get this error. Bulleted and numbered list. Lists are important to help simplify steps or items to readers. For example, teachers often use bulleted lists to highlight important pieces of information in their lessons. Right now, you can see here itself that we have put a bullet against our important points. Manuals often use numbered lists to assign readers with step by step instructions on how to complete a certain task. Now, let us see an example ourselves. Here you can see a simple list of the ingredients you need to make a cake, but it does not look very appealing to the one who is reading it. So, I need to put these ingredients in a list. And I can do that with the help of the bullets. So I can use this menu that has popped up here, or I can go to the main menu here on this ribbon. This is the bullets that have been created by default. If you want to change the style of your bullets, you can select your list and open this list and choose the bullet option you like. For example, we chose a different one. Now suppose I want to create a sub-level. Under sugar, I want two more items, brown sugar and cane sugar. So I add brown sugar and cane sugar. But these two look like they are two more items. But we want to make it under the main item called sugar. So what do? We select these two items, go to our main menu in home in our ribbon and change the list level. So now I change it to level 2 and see how it looks. Now it has become like a subcategory of sugar. For any reason, if you want the particular subcategory to be taken back to the main category, you can do that as well. You go back and then choose the level 1 again. So we can also do this with the help of the short keys. I select my text and simply press Tab. If I want to take it back to the original level, I select the Shift key and the Tab key. Now for the steps, I want to select the numbering. So I go to the ribbon and I select the numbering option and say I want to select this time. And now I have the numbers. So we saw two examples, one with the bullets and one with the numbers. We use the bullets mainly when the order of the items in the list does not matter. But when the order matters, the sequence matters, we use the numbering system. Adding pictures, shapes, and smart art. There are different ways in which you can add the pictures to your document. You can simply copy paste them, or you can use the insert option from the main menu in the Word in the ribbon. And then you have options similarly to include the shapes and the smart art as well. Let us see each one by example. So now let us insert a picture. Over here you can see in this the main menu is insert, and in that you will see on this ribbon pictures. Now you have different options here. Insert picture from this device that is locally stored on this computer. Stock images, these are some of the images which are provided by Microsoft. And online pictures. So if you're connected to the internet, then it will allow you to search these pictures online, and whatever picture you want, you can insert it into your Word. Now let us see if we have any picture. Like for example, I have these images in my system, so I just selected the image which was stored and here it is. Now here you have this choice of how you want to align your picture. Now there is no text here, so the image is simply there within our document. Now suppose I want to insert another picture, and let me choose the second option, which is the stock images. So these are some of the images which are given to us by Microsoft. Then you can select whichever picture you want. Suppose I want to look for a dog picture. So I have many dog pictures here. I can select any one of them. So there I get another picture. So now let us see the third option to insert the pictures, which is online pictures. So now Microsoft offers this search option, which is Bing. Now suppose I want to insert a flower. So I can insert this flower here. Now apart from the options of inserting the image from this menu and from this ribbon, you can simply copy paste the pictures from your system or from the internet. Like for example, I have this image, I just want to copy and paste it there. So I select this image and I right click and see this is the copy option, and you can also see this Control C shortcut that we can use. So usually we use these options. This is much faster than using the mouse. So you simply select this and you select your Control C key and go back to your document and just simply press Control and V key together and your image will get posted here. Or if you want to try directly taking it from the internet, for example, this Pixabay is a good site from where you can take free legal images. So I just simply go here and I can say copy image, and I can directly go to my Word document and simply press Ctrl V and the image will be here in my document. Now let us see how to insert shapes. So here in this ribbon you will see that there are various shapes that I can add. So we can create different types of diagrams. We can create flow charts. Now for example, if I just want this rectangle, I can simply click on it and I can place the rectangle over here. And just like the fonts, we can also change the color. We can write inside the shapes. Now if I want to change the color of this, I can select whichever color I want, or I can directly select from the shapes available over here. I can type whatever I want inside it. For example, I just want to type languages over here. I can change the shape, the size of the text as well, which is inside that. So all these options are available to us with the shapes. Now let us see how the Smart Art option is used. Again, we go back to the Insert menu. Here you will see Smart Art. Now, Smart Art allows you to select certain diagrams which are like sort of ready made. Like for example, if you want to create a project for your children where you want to show, say, the cycle of how the rain is formed, and you want to show the different steps, you already have a basic cycle diagram given by Microsoft for you in the form of Smart Art graphic. So suppose I select this and I just enter my um, say processes that are part of that cycle. Now suppose if the Smart Art was not there, then what I would have to do is I could have used this shapes option, and I would have to insert all the circles and these arrows individually myself. So the advantage of Smart Art is that they have created different types of diagrams for us in Smart Art which we can use directly for various projects. There are many different types of designs which you can select based on your work and the project that you're making. Next, we will see how to create the headers and footers in our document. Headers and footers are text that stay consistent throughout the pages you have. So the headers and footers, depending on the type of the document, you can put different informations. For example, if it is a training manual, then you might want to put the name of the course, the date when you are taking the course in the header. You might also include the name of the institute, or the trainer's name in the header. Similarly, we create financial documents, we create contracts. So you want important information to be there consistently throughout all the pages. So similarly, the footer gives more information, like the page number, or you want to write something you must have seen, like it's always there in some pages, copyright, things like that. So you can use the headers and footers for that purpose. Now let us see the use of header and footer. It can be used in many different types of documents like your academy research paper, or you can use it in a training manual. Now here we are trying to use it in an invoice. So what is in header and footer? So it is an piece of information that we want to be displayed on the document, which is consistent throughout the pages, and it is basically giving some information about whatever you have presented in the document. For example, if this is your invoice, I want my header to show the name of the company, the invoice number, and the date that I'm preparing this invoice on all the pages. So let me add a header here. Now for header also, see there are different types of ready-made templates that are given. Now I want to use this one because I anyways want to add three different items. So for example, I can type here my company name. Say my company name is ABC Company, and then I want to type the invoice number here. We can say the invoice number is 1230, and I want to insert the date here. So now I can physically type the date. For example, today's date is 3rd November. So I can type 03 November 2024. Or you also have the option of inserting date and time from here, which we can see later on. But now we will see that once I close this header and footer option, you will see that this header is seen here. Now suppose if we had multiple pages here, okay, you would see that this header is repeating on it. Let me just add one more blank page and see here, we added one more blank page and the header has automatically entered into the blank page. So now, like header, we can also insert the footer. So the footer, it appears at the bottom of the page. Now for my invoice, I say I want to give the page number, and say I just want to write some information like here I want to insert the page numbers, and the page number should be dynamically generated. So here you can see that we have this option of inserting the page number. So I'm saying I want to insert the page number. So I'm saying insert it in whatever current position that I have clicked in. So it has simply replaced the page number here. So because I was on the second page, it is showing me number 2. Here see automatically number 1 can be seen in the footer region. Similarly, if I want, I can add something else as well. I just want to add a text which says confidential. So now you will start seeing this in every page. So here you can see page number 1 confidential, and you can see here page number 2 confidential. Adjusting the page margins. Now when we start writing in our Word document, you must have seen that there is a particular space left at the top and at the left and the right. If you want, you can change these margins. Now we can see that by default the margins are preset. Like over here you can see there is certain space that is left, to the right there is certain space that is left, and whenever we start a new line, we always see that it is starting from a particular position. So how can we change and see this position? Now in Windows 11 you have this option called as ruler. So now you see this is the point from where your cursor starts. For example, now if I want to change it more towards the left, so I can move this more towards the left, and you can see that next time when I start, it has moved more towards the left. Similarly, I can do for the right side as well. I can change it to the right, then you will see that I can move more further than the previous text. So now finally, after we have made changes in our document, it is time to save our document. So there are two different methods. One, we can go to the menu option and we can follow these steps and save the file, or we can also use the quick save option by pressing Ctrl S, the shortcut keys that we have. So let us go and see that. Now suppose you want to save this document. So by default, the name you can see here is document 6. Our file is not yet saved. This is just a temporary file. So now there are various options in which I can save the file. You can see here, this is an icon which is a save icon. Here you can see that you can also press Ctrl S combination and it can help you save the file, or you can go to this menu, you can say file, you can say save or save as. So because we are doing it for the first time, you can see the save option. If you have already saved this file and if you want to make another copy, you will no longer see this and you will see only save as. So first let us use the save option and we will just give some name of this file. Say I'm saying testing file and I will save this. Now suppose I want to make another copy of this. See, the save option is no longer there, but you have a save a copy option. So I can say testing file 1 or version 1, something like that. Now while saving, suppose you want to change the folder where you want to save it. So you can change the folder as well. For example, now this was being saved in my OneDrive. Now I want to save it on this PC. So I can simply select whichever folder I want. For example, I'm just going to select say this folder and I can give whatever file name I want, test 123, and then it will get saved in that folder. Now, our document by default is saved as a Word document with an extension of docx. Now, if I want to export my document as a PDF file, then what options do I have? Let us see. So in the main menu, we go to the file option and then we choose export. And over here, create a PDF or XPS document. So now you will see that by default, the save as type has come as PDF. Invoice, I can, if I want, I can change the name as well. So now you can see that a PDF version of my doc file has been created.